Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your November 2018 reading. A Scorpio season reading for Cancer, a fellow water sign, 5th house activity. You know, that's it's interesting to have a Venus retrograde there. I don't know why I feel like you guys are being kind of hard on yourself right now. For some reason, there's so many beautiful things happening or about to happen, whether you can see them or not. It's just, are you acknowledging them for what they really are? First and foremost, I just got 2 cards, but before I pull them out, quick announcement. I have annual 2019 available on my website for all the signs if you guys want to check that out. Also, the comprehensives will be there too. I will be making some changes to my channel. I'll bring back the weekly bump within the next month or so, most likely, and a couple of other fun things. It's this Venus retrograde. If you've watched any of my other videos, I'm saying all the same stuff, but you know, it's been really positive for me in I just can't even explain. It's been wonderful, and so many things have changed. I've changed. And I'm starting to kind of take the reins a little bit. So you'll see a little bit more of me. Hope to have you guys here. So what are you choosing to see? This wasn't even on purpose. Was this a self-fulfilling prophecy? Maybe. What is it you're choosing to see? So many beautiful things, but are you focused on the Tower? Look, the change is just the means through which the good things come to you. The change is an inevitability. No matter what station of life you're at, no matter how peaceful and serene you are, I mean, a transit is a transit and it affects us. I don't know a single person that can avoid or evade, rather, it's probably a better word, the energy of the universe. Even the most peaceful, most meditative people. The difference is do you get swallowed up by the energy, or do you detach yourself from it and observe it? Because the Tower can swallow us up easily. This has been making an appearance. It's Scorpio season. It's a Scorpio card. It's a Mars-ruled card. It demands action from its recipients, you guys. It demands that you do something and that you make those changes that are needed. I know you know that there are changes that need to be made in your life, big ones, because the Venus quality in Scorpio, and I said this last month too, and I'm just reiterating just because we're kind of in the midst of this transit right now. You got to look yourself in the mirror and you got to be honest. Romance and stuff aside, yes, it has a lot to do with other people and our connections and our partnerships and all of that. Yes, of course it does. But really, it's about who you are. When you really cut it down to the brass tacks, it's about who you are. And here you are faced with a choice, as we always are. We, human beings, every single moment of every single day have a choice of how to perceive something. Do we perceive it as a destructive thing, or we perceive it as a gateway through which we attain our destiny, so to speak? The sun suggests that in spite of however much darkness you may perceive, step outside because the sun is shining. Okay? See what else comes out here for you, Cancer. To do these in front of you guys a little bit. Six of Cups. One of the past. Maybe a past connection comes back. You could be hearing from an ex or a friend or someone not even romantic, right? But just like someone from the woodwork, literally from the woodwork. Where the heck did this person come from? How did they even remember that I existed? The reason that's happening is because you made an impact in their life, and they made an impact in your life. And perhaps there is something synchronistic going on. I feel like for you specifically, more so than any other sign, that there is synchronicity at play. And I don't quite know why that is, but before I even started sitting down doing these readings today, I thought that came to my mind, like Cancer has synchronistic stuff. And here is possibly what happens. Something synchronistic happens. Maybe you get triggered by just a little artifact that you have sitting on your dresser or your bookshelf, something you haven't looked at in years, and all of a sudden your attention is being drawn to it. The numbers come into play, 1111, 2222, all these, magic or master numbers are at play here as well. I don't know, never see this coming out with this card, but there's messages coming online for you big time. Big time. Okay, Queen of Wands, full force. All upright so far. Queen of Wands, powerhouse energy. I like this for a Cancer, because she's gentle, because she has the femininity, but she is driven. And when she has her mind set to something, there is absolutely nothing that can stop her. You have a lot of fire going on. Scorpio is like the fire of water, so it's no surprise that you've got that fiery, I'm gonna go get it kind of thing. I sense children are at play here too, guys. FYI, fifth house activity, there's always children at play. And I see her as a mother as well. It is Scorpio season. Sex drive is also on the line. In fifth house, definitely sex drive on the line. You may be feeling a little bit more amorous than normal. I see her because she's the only queen that's sitting face forward with her legs like spread apart like that, right? So there's a sexual energy here, high libido, and a real kind of wanting to connect. It's not just the physical act though, it's the deep, consuming kind of connection that I think you guys are really needing at this time in your life. Maybe you guys need to work on that root chakra of yours, right? And apply or channel that sexual energy into other more productive things as well. I think both would be good. I see her as my entrepreneur. So however entrepreneurialism fits into your lifestyle, whether you're a salesperson and you got to go out and drive and make more sales, whether you're a parent and you got to really make sure that everything's taken care of, the whole household, running smoothly, whatever it is, the entrepreneurial quality coming out. And Scorpio is all about power anyway, so this makes sense. Real feeling empowered. Queen of Swords reversed. She's sitting right underneath the tower with her back to the sun. So this could be the person that is connected to what caused the tower or what the tower is all about. This is not a friendly energy when she's reversed, right? She can be super icy, super cold. She can be kind of a bitch, if it's a man, kind of a dick kind of thing. And someone that really does not have control over what it is that they're projecting out into the universe. They just have absolutely no idea of the consequences and the energetic vibrational quality of their words and of their thoughts. And this is someone that has just a lot of indecision going on. I suspect that they are feeling very stuck in their life right now, where they really just don't know what the heck to do. Again, the nature of a Venus retrograde in Scorpio, and also moving into the Mercury retrograde too, just a lot of re-evaluation going on. So if this actually is you, it can be you. I've said this to all the signs, and I'm going to say it to all the remaining signs too. It can be someone else, it can be you, and it can be someone else reflecting something back to you. So it could be any one of those three things, whoever this Queen of Swords really is. Please do not discount that this is possibly you as well. If you're feeling stuck, There's no need. It's all up here. That stuck feeling is all mental activity, and it's just all nonsense. You have to learn how to separate yourself from the mental chatter that just keeps going and going and going and never ever stops, and the true higher self that is kind of the one that's experiencing that mental chatter. Okay. Cancer can go icy on people too, when you kind of feel vulnerable and you go into your shell. You do have an armor on you, that's for sure. Page of Pentacles reversed. Interesting. Right now might not be a time when a lot of business happens. Again, Mercury retrograde in your 6th house. Might not be a time when a lot of offers come in, or there's probably not going to be a raise. Commerce might be a little bit challenging. Business might be challenging. Any kind of exchange, I wouldn't expect it to go through right away. I have a feeling that patience is really needed this month for you as you make your way through November and as we make our way into Sagittarius season. I would just really do your best to stay calm. You may feel like you want to be home. You may feel like you want to just, I don't know why, like hide away from the world a little bit. If you do that, I think that's okay. But if you do that, it's going to be important for you to work up your good works. I often see her as a philanthropist, someone that gives a lot, who's of service to the world. She is a creator of good tidings in the world. And so, being kind to your family members, for one, being kind to your friends, going out of your way to help someone, whether with work or whatever. And these are selfless acts. And I hate to say this, but what kind of came to my mind, because we have this card, and I often see this as like a karma card too. What goes around comes around. I know that's not really how karma works, but just for the sake of the reading. Building up or storing your good karma battery, right? Kind of recharging that so that when things are more difficult, like Capricorn season, you'll be able to have the good things rolling so that when the difficult energies are there, you'll be able to it'll be smoother sailing because your heart's going to be in that right place. I'm sorry. The Hierophant. This is about your standards. He's coming out directly under the Tower and the Queen of Swords. He is a force to be reckoned with for sure. He's your internal moral compass. The one that knows what's right. The one that knows what's good. See, this is the mental chatter. Queen of Swords reverse, on. This is the knowing. There's so much strength here. And I suspect that your upbringing, okay, whether you were born in the US or Egypt or the Philippines, wherever it is you're born, most cultures, most societies do have a very strong moral code, right? They're built upon these morals, and they're all relatively the same. All the wisdom teachings, all the religions, the spiritual teachings, in essence, they are all the way we should be living our life. And I think that this card represents for you stripping it back to the basics as much as possible, stripping it back to the core fundamental principles of life instead of making everything so complicated. That's what this one's trying to do. She's trying to make everything complicated. She's trying to make everything dramatic. This is a Libran energy, and Libra is known for being a little bit of a pot stirrer, right? They kind of like the drama, especially if it's negatively oriented, which this one is. They don't have to be a Libra. It can be anybody, but this is an air sign, where they're just so kind of untouchable. Like they kind of go in, stir up the pot, and then kind of run away and be like, it's not my fault kind of thing. But you can completely avoid that entirely by sticking to that strict moral code. And that moral code, it really is built into a human being, right? It's like a part of our DNA. Like, we know what's right, we know what's wrong. And again, that's a fundamental teaching of, pretty much all the wisdom teachings out there. And I love that in the foundational position for you, because it's really the rock upon which your life is built upon. See, even though the tower may come crashing down, that mountain will still exist. Well, the Hierophant represents that mountain. And by the way, I know you've heard me say this before, but those little yellow lightning flecks kind of around the lightning is the Yod symbol from the Hebrew alphabet, and that is exactly synonymous with the Wheel of Fortune, which is what this always brings out. So the stronger your rock, the stronger the mountain. Structures may come and go, but the mountain always stays firm. What else, Cancer? What else does Cancer need to know? Okay, 4 of Coins and 5 of Swords. See, this I think is the same. So we have reinforcements here. That's really what these are. Cards that are reinforcing each other. Stick to the moral compass. Stick to the moral code. Plain and simple, be a good person. Plain and simple, live by the golden rule. What do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Also, every religion has a version of that too, because that's really the basis of it. But see, whatever negativity is sort of festering around in your mind, remember in the beginning how I held up these 2 cards and I said it's your choice. It's your choice to see the Tower, or it's your choice to see the Sun. It's all in how you perceive the situation. This is the part of you that wants to see the Tower, that wants to see the drama, that wants to see the destruction of, what's going on. 5 of Swords. I have a feeling you've been in this particular situation before. You've been here before. You know the thoughts that come up. It's so oddly familiar. And the difference between now and the past, the difference is this time you are aware. And that is a huge difference, because you've done the spiritual work. I don't know how many of you have had your sun opposing Pluto the last 10 years. Like, you've been doing stuff that is so critical to your life. And the fact that you are aware even is huge. So I don't think that this has any power over you right now. Again, we'll clarify these in the comprehensive. I don't know that there's anything to really worry about with this kind of stuff, because how is it going to affect you? I don't see that it can. You seem to be quite, untouchable. The more where you are, the more untouchable you become. All right, 3 more here. Eight of Coins, 8 of Swords reversed, beautiful. And a 5 of Coins. So these are the same. The 5 of Coins is the physical manifestation of the 5 of Swords. If you participate in the 5 of Swords, you're going to find yourself lonely and rejected. You are not going to get the validation that you want, or that you think you want, or that you think you need. And it's possible that if this is someone else, because again, let's not forget that it is possible that this is also someone else's energy, they cannot give you what you want right now. They absolutely cannot do that. They cannot make you feel better. They cannot take the Tower away. They cannot take the pain away. They cannot make this come in any faster. They can't give you anything really. And if they try to give you something, it's not real. It's not genuine. It's not going to do anything really. I wouldn't even take it seriously at this point. Whatever promise, whatever offer to help, whatever it is, I wouldn't take it seriously. Just for now. It's not forever. It's just for now. So you have this feeling of isolation, this feeling of rejection. So what? Now is a time for you to go to work. 8 of Coins. The weirdest thing about the 8 of Coins, and it always comes out, I mean, tarot is always perfect. It always comes out to really just show you that really not a lot of things really matter. And what it means to really live in the moment, because that's what this card is all about, living in the moment. By involving yourself in some project, you connect with the flow of creation. And again, she's creative. Here we have a card of Leo in the very center of the reading. You've got 5th house activity. So let's connect the Leo there, the Leo quality, which is about creation. That is what this whole universe is, a creation. And our ability to create, I don't even care what it is that you create, whether you do it yourself YouTube videos, whether you are creative with financials, whether you are creative with pottery or socks, like what I totally don't even care what it is. But whatever your creative outlet is, that is your window, that's the looking glass for you to understand or have a higher understanding of how the universe has been created, because it is the microcosm within the macrocosm. This card is huge in concept. It's not just about going to work. I mean, it is, because that's what you're doing. You're sitting down, you're writing something, and you're allowing the words to come through you, and you're being productive, and you're getting stuff done, and that's great. That's the physical manifestation of that kind of stuff. So the 5 of Coins is the physical manifestation of the 5 of Swords. And the 8 of Coins is the physical manifestation of the 8 of Swords reversed, because this acts as a blockage when it's in the upright position, meaning you're holding yourself back. But when you release the flow, when you release those negative thoughts, those insecurities, that's when the flow really starts happening. So you are in a prime position to get to wherever it is that you are needing to go. And you are being truly, truly inspired. If you are not using this inspirational energy, look, you guys have to understand that the trining aspect, Cancer to Scorpio to Pisces, right? The trines are very harmonious and they're very easy. And so if no matter, even if you're like here and maybe there's tough stuff going on, it's easy to let this powerful Scorpio energy just fly by you because you don't feel it. It's like weird how we don't really feel the good stuff. We feel the tough stuff, the difficult stuff, but when the energy is easy, we can get really complacent really easily. And that's not what we should be doing. What we should be doing is using the easy flow. Because it will, what did I say about building up the good karma, right? Same kind of thing. Like, did I say this analogy already? I don't remember if I did. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But it's like in sales and business. Every business person knows that when times are good, when you have tons of business and when you're busy and you're working, that is the time when you absolutely cannot stop marketing. You cannot stop putting your message out there. You don't have to take all the business that you get, but you have to keep pushing yourself out there, because when the cycle goes like this, you're going to need that momentum. You're going to need all that potential energy to come through for you. And I feel like with the trining aspect, you can really just get caught up in maybe what's not so great, but not use the good stuff. You need to use the good stuff. Okay, so there's lots to clarify in the comprehensive, but all in all, it's your choice how you experience this month. It is absolutely your choice. It can be one of the best months you've had in a really long time, or it can be a really tough month too, but it's all up here. All right, Cancer, thank you guys so much. Comprehensives will be on the website as usual, and I'll show you all the cards with that reading too. It's not going to be my face, so you'll get to see how all the cards came out. All right, thank you guys so much. Take care.